Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, girls and boys and girls. Welcome back to our channel, Inspirational Minutes with David. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and let you know our channel is back on. It's back on. Hit the like and share. Spread the news. Spread the information. Don't be stingy with the no ledge. Don't say no to the ledge. No. N-O. Then no. K-N-O-W. Yes. Let's have a drink. You know, it's the weekend. Let's have a drink. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to talk today. We're going to talk about something that's very, 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 very requisite. Right? Get the book, The Audacity of Woke, a memoir of a man who has been mentally asleep. Get the book. All book formats. By the way. All right, here's the deal. Let's get this started. Today, our Inspirational Minutes with David today is properly titled For the Love. L-O-V, letting out vulnerable emotions, living on valued energy. It's, since we're speaking of valued, V-A-L-U-E, devalued. Let's talk about the love of money. For the love of money. Money. I need some money. For the love of money. Yeah, clean my glass up. You know how I do it. You know how we do it. Let's go. I heard my neighbor's dog barking and crying. Let that dog in. Golly. Okay, let me get back focused. For the love of money. The love of money as I build today. You see, there's a plot in this country to enslave every man, woman, and child. Yeah, that's the plot. What, you didn't know? You didn't know? Let me tell you what Kennedy said. Kennedy, JFK. Yeah, Kennedy. Tell you some reasons why they got rid of him. Kennedy said, quote unquote, before I leave this high noble office, I intend to expose this plot. Quote unquote JFK. A week later, as they say on you know, the way we have to say it on these social media networks, or you get struck, or you get, you know, shadow banned, you know. But a week later, he was unalived by the 1%. This stuff that's going around us today, it just does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. And as I go through this bill with you, you'll start to realize, you'll start to understand why it doesn't make any sense to you as well. All of this, I should say, and all of this is not by accident. Not all this misery and strife in the world today is actually by design. What? Oh, you didn't know? It's by design. You see, the 1% control the wealth of the world. The 1% control 99.0% of all monetary funds, the net, all money and wealth in the world. You see, it's different between being rich and wealthy. Okay? The latter the ladder. And this is not by accident. And you probably ask, wow, David, why is it divided like that? Why, David? This is not by accident, people. It's not. It's not by accident. All of this is by very meticulously planned action that is run through the control systems that run our world today and always. All you have to do at all times is to follow. You. Follow the money. Follow the money. And the answers, everything will begin to peel back the layers of this onion. You get to the top and you'll discover that the Rothschild banking empire and their cronies, friends and family, the banking families, and what is often referred to as the royal political elite. Now, these families that control the world did not suddenly come up into power over the last 100 years. No, this been going on for a minute. These people have so much money. I mean, you can't even count it. They're not billionaires. They're not trillion. They probably start, what's the number after trillionaire? Now we're talking about thousands of years of royal bloodline that control the world. That control probably like, these people probably worth about 800 trillion, 900 trillion, 950 trillion and beyond. Now, the Rothschilds and other banking families, okay? Other banking families pretty much own all the central banks of the fucking world. Of the world. Now, this is a shock to the system. The central banks of the world, like the Federal Bank of America, the Bank of England, the Bank of South America, the South African Reserve Bank, the Reserve Bank of Australia, India, Brazil, and all the central banks of all the countries, the 7 continents that we know of before we go over the ice ring. The 7 continents, countries of the world, they do not belong to the people. They are owned private entities. They are controlled and owned by the Rothschild banking empire. Must I say that again? For the ones in the back, rewind the video. And they set the norms and the rules and the financial policies for the countries, for all the countries that they have the Federal Reserve Bank at. They lend money to the countries, the governments, and the presidents, and the prime ministers, and the ruling parties of all the different countries. And this is why we are constantly trapped. We're trapped in a cycle. We're trapped in a cycle. We're trapped in a cycle of debt. This is why. Because the banks that print out money, it does not belong to the people. So, David, you ask. So, the politician, you ask. What is money really? Question mark. Well, money is just an ideal. It's a piece of paper. It's a tool of enslavement. And what you would learn here is that money is not something. It's not something that evolved over thousands of years. Okay? It's not something that evolved, one of my favorite words, over 1,000 years of bartering and trading as the tool that helps humanity prosper. Hell no! They don't want to see you prosper. They want to keep their foot on your neck, people. No, it's actually the opposite. Money was a tool of enslavement that was conjured up a long time ago and introduced as a complete and whole philosophy and a tool of enslavement. It's just a piece of paper that controls our lives. It burns and it disappears. What, you didn't know? A gun. Again, a gun. So where did money come from, David? Where did it originate, sir? Well, very few people are actually aware of this. But I'm going to put you up on game tonight. I'm going to put you up on game today. I'm going to put you up on game this morning. About 6,000 years ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6,000 years ago. 6,000 years ago. The first money appeared in the form of clay tablets. Okay? This is during the Sumerian Empire. Where the Sumerian text tells us about when money first appeared. And also when the first royal bloodlines first appeared as well simultaneously. And we find our emergence of the first kings, of the so-called first priest kings. And it just so happens that the first priest kings appeared out of the blue on earth. Suddenly created all the banks. They created the temples on earth. Suddenly created all the banks. They created all the temples on earth. And simultaneously, they created all the banks as well. They created the temples. And inside their temples, they started to print these clay tablets. And their temples, and inside the temples, they started to print all types of clay tablets with their images upon them. And putting a numerical value on them. So, this became the first form of money. M-O-N-E-Y. Money. Money. Dinero. Money. So in essence, the temples of the first kings that appeared on earth were the first banks. From the first forms of money were distributed to the people. And nothing has changed in thousands and thousands of years. So, what I'm trying to say to you, people, what I am trying to say that this is really important. This is very imperative. So, what if I told you that banks create money out of thin air? I'm talking like, voila, baboo, whoa, money, right? Question mark. Would you be surprised? For real, tell me, would you be surprised? Question mark. This question for you. Would you be surprised? Would you be surprised? Well, what happens is that's exactly what happens. What the focus? They have nothing, no thing. They have nothing. Money is absolutely useless. It's a piece of paper which has no value or backing. And this is why it's called fiat currency. Fiat money. It means nothing. It is valueless. It has no value. And the only reason it has value, right, is because we, the people think it has value and it's given that it's given to us as a piece of paper that has some sort of value. And we trade it and use it, and we go around, we'll kill each other for it. We'll rob banks, we'll rob each other for it. We go to jail and prison. We'll get, we'll prostitute for it, sell yoni for it. We'll do all kind of goofy stuff. We'll sell our souls. We'll sell our souls and do all kinds of egregious things. All transport, slavery. Come on, I can just all kind of evil things come from money because all kind of evil things may be. Money is not evil, but the people who have the money, they are evil. Slavery. Prostitution, child enslavement, missing children, money, embezzlement, money. And we go around and do egregious things to each other. Egregious some of the most terrible things you can ever do to a human being. We do it for money. Money controls our lives. From the moment we're born into this simulation, from the moment we come out that matrix, which is matrix meaning the womb, we'll come from that portal into the matrix, are gone. From the moment we come out the womb until the last moment that we return or die, is when we're really born again. Money controls every aspect, every factor, every facet of our lives. Now, many famous people and smart people and businessmen of the past have been cognizant of this for a long time. Look at this quote from your boy, Henry Ford. This is what he said back in the game. Big money, old money. Henry Ford, Ford dealership, quote unquote, Henry Ford, he says, "It's well that the people of the nation do not understand our banking and monetary system. For if they did, I believe there will be a revolution before tomorrow morning." The focus? Wow. You see, many great leaders of the past have resisted money. They have resisted the Federal Reserve System, the Federal Reserve Bank. They have resisted the bankers. Like JFK in the beginning of this bill. Let me tell you why JFK was unalive. The real reason why he was unalive. JFK tried to break America free from the Federal Bank and the Federal Reserve Bank. JFK really tried to break American people free from the Federal Bank and the Federal Reserve Bank, which have a stronghold on the people of the United States of America. You have to understand, realize we're in a corporation. America is the country, but the United States, States of America is the corporation. Now, JFK's tensions led to his unaliving. It led to his demise. Again, 7 days later, he was sacrificed. He was unalive. A week later. And what you need to know is that JFK actually started to print what became known as the American or the United States note, which is not printed by the Federal Reserve Bank, and therefore taking away any control that the Federal Reserve Bank had. And as soon as they assassinate? As soon as they unalived him in Dallas in 1963, within 2 weeks or so, the Fed decided to print the American money. Federal Reserve Bank, their money, are gone. Taking the control absolutely back. Just snatching the control back. Checkmate. Now peep this. Peep this. Yes. 100 years before that, right? 100 years before that, this happened to Abraham Lincoln. See, he started to print the greenback in the United States, making American people free of all debt. And the greenback was printed by the government. And it didn't belong to the Federal Bank of the Rothschild Empire. This was absolutely, unapologetically not liked. And it lost control. This is why they unalived him. It went to slavery, poquito, infinitely poquito. But the real reason why he was unalive, because he went to the greenback paper. Take us out of debt, right? Federal Reserve Bank, they wasn't having it. They were like, what the? It's time for them to go. Peak game, research, do your research. Who controls our government? Government means to control your mental. Who controls it? Question mark. Who controls what's going on here? Many people around the world call these the puppet masters. They don't know who they are because they don't want us to know who they are. A gun. We don't know who they are because they don't want us to know who they are. Who they are. Now here's a quote from Meyer Amschel Rothschild. Look it up. The founding father of the Rothschild Empire in the 1700s. Quote unquote, he says, let me issue and control a nation's money, and I care not who writes the laws. Quote unquote. And that's exactly what has become with the world, not countries, because through their banking institutions, they control every and every thing. Now, think about how money and the bankers control all the education systems, the research laboratories, the food industry, and how they control all the industries, the large corporations, the research laboratories, a gun, how they control the industry, and everything that comes from these industries, and everything imaginable ultimately goes back to those who, what? Control. What? The money. Follow the money. And you'll see the root of evil and the root of control as it unfolds around us. Who controls the corporations? I heard somebody. Did you just say that? So you asked me, right? Who controls the corporations? Oh, you shaking your head. Okay. Question mark. It's for David? Or is it for the politician? Again, a gun. Follow the money. And it will always, I promise you, it will always, inevitably, always lead back to the Rothschilds' banking empire. But, unfortunately, in our legal systems, corporations have more rights than living, breathing human beings. Oh, what? I need to say that again. In our legal systems, corporations have more rights than living, breathing human beings. Now, think about that for a moment. Mull on that. Chew on that. You done? Now, this is unimaginable that something like this could ever happen. Many people are shocked when they find out that every country in the world is registered as a corporation. It's not just countries, quote unquote, understand me, it's states, provinces, cities are registered as a corporation. Everything and everything imaginable is registered as a corporation. The roads that we drive on are registered as corporations. Everything in our lives that has been incorporated around us, is registered as a corporation. Yes, it doesn't stop. Even you. Oh wait, hold on. You didn't think the straw man. You didn't think that you're registered as a corporation. It's you. It's me, Flower David. Then it's me in all caps on the birth certificates, on the Social Security. Yeah. A corporation that they make money off of. Yeah. Yes. And guess what? Everything in our lives has been incorporated around us while we carry on. And we're being distracted by computer games, the news, north, east, west, and south, casting spells on the people. We worry about what star and who's screwing who. Who's effing who, and who won what game, and what finals being played, and what's going on, and this and that, and this and that, and this over the third. Well, we're being distracted by the entertainment entertainment. Your mental, inner entertainment, your mental. And the program on our televisions, telling lies, casting spells, watching the news, north, east, west, south, broadcasting spells, everywhere. ERROR, by the way. You see, our world around us has been stolen from us. And it has been incorporated. And this is how, through the legal system and the corporations that have more rights, that's how they have more rights than living, breathing human beings. We, the people, have become slaves to the corporations every single step of the way. I gotta have another drink. God. Whew. That's deep. Let's continue. I'm almost done. The changes now. The change is now. There's a massive change for the better happening on the planet right now. This change won't be on the news, north, east, west, and south. And it has not gone viral. And if you don't look for it, take my glasses off so I can see. Take my glasses off so I can look for it. Take my glasses off so I can see. If you don't look for it, if you don't look for it, you won't even notice it's happening. You won't even notice that it's happening all around you. And this change is quietly happening in the hearts of humanity. People realize that we become what we focus our attention on. When your focus flows, your energy goes, okay? I learned that way back in my 20s. And we influence this reality based on who we become. So people are realizing that fighting is senseless. And focusing on the chaos is futile. It's senseless. Unsuccessful. Now, brother, people are quietly focusing on creating their version of heaven on earth. They're healing themselves and focus on creating more beauty on earth. Mother Gaia. People have realized that awakening to their own divinity is what protects them from the manipulation and allows them to become the change they want to see. It's sweeping through the nations. But it's sometimes hard, very complicated to notice. However, but alas, however, it's strength. It's growing in numbers. Not strength and numbers to, fight. Fighting only breeds more fighting. It's strength and numbers to create such a beautiful, exquisite world that it will be obvious for others to join because their energy is going to be so mesmerizing that other people will join. To the point where one day they'll hold a war, W-A-R, and no one will come. Tired of fighting for the people. They finance the war on both sides. The frequencies of war, greed, and manipulation, so we're talking about money, will no longer be able to exist in the reality full of sovereign awakening beings living connected to their divinity. That day must come. And it will. It's inevitable. I'm going to leave you with this. And it's from the Aramaic translation of the original Lord's Prayer. What it really said, okay? What it really says and said. Quote unquote. A cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration. Soften the ground of our bodies and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear fruit or bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desires. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose that illuminates the opportunities of our present moment. For you are the ground, the truthful mission, the birth, the power, and the fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole are gone. And so it is. If you made this far, Inspirational Minutes with David, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like and share. Spread the information as well. Please be cognizant that there is no one like you. There is no one like you. There's never been anyone like you. There should never, ever be anyone like you. Therefore, you are enough. Therefore, know yourself. Be yourself. Authenticity. Being real is error. ERROR in everything you see. With wisdom, I am nothing. With love, I am. All caps, I am everything. And in between the two, my life moves. Again, you made this far in the Inspirational Minutes with Dave. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, hit the like and share. Get the book. Get the book. Get the book. The Audacity of Woke. A memoir of a man who's mentally asleep. Know that I love you. I love you in truth. And I leave you in peace. Positive energy. And peace. Peace. Together. Peace. Positive energy. Always create evolution. I love you. I love you in truth. Peace.